What a fun bowling contest we put together. That was really good. And that you paid people to do that. That was really cool.
I'm going to keep that going.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that
Let's
going
make that a
every
recurring
season.
thing.
That's
I love it.
gonna be
Everyone's like, Christian, stop bullying Chad. And Chad literally runs organized contests behind my back to get people to cyberbully me. And he's just like, yeah, that's Chad being Chad.
I straight up didn't tell I didn't tell either of them that I was going to do that.
I don't
just threw that
care.
in there.
Welcome to the final episode of this year's Cash Me Outside. I'm Caden, joined by Christian and Chad, and it's over. The treasure's been found. How we feeling?
Well,
Christian, I've never heard him so defeated and depressed.
I was pretty upset. And pretty,
I was depressed.
well,
too.
upset's not the right word. I was
So sad that you canceled this year's parody on the treasure hunt.
Yeah,
The musical parody that I don't know why we do, but every year it's a tradition.
I
we
love
do a
it, though. It's
parody.
so funny.
I say we push that down. We're doing the Bank of Utah treasure hunt starting today. We're going to record that first episode.
That's true.
Let's still do it.
We'll do a
Okay.
parody song this year.
I'm not
You'll feel better at the end of this one.
okay. I'm not not parodying because I'm depressed. I'm sick. That is why. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you announced that we weren't going to do it right after they found it.
I've been sick.
You're like, I can't do it.
I've been
I
sick
don't
for
have it. His exact words were, "I don't have a parody song in me this year." Yeah.
We had to call our search off short because I was sick. I like to think that if I was healthy, we may have found it, but
We would have had a better chance. We were on the right trail, for the record.
horseshoes and hand grenades. We talked about the offshoot and searching for it. Couldn't get to it. It wasn't in our fate. Caden had father and sons. I had health problems. Chad had a little bit of a personal thing that he had to take care of. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it just got something going on in my
It just-
life.
yeah, there's other stuff that's more important.
Way more
than-
important.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, but we didn't find it. That's the long and short of it. Hunter did, and kudos to him. We just talked to him, so we're gonna play that interview after this. But yeah,
And here's the deal. If you wanted us to be all happy and joyful and be like, yay, it's over, someone else found it, we're not sad at all, then you wouldn't want to listen to our podcast. Because guess what? We actually care about finding this damn thing. So one of these years, we're going to get it. And this was the closest we've been. Want to give some shout outs to a couple other people who I know were really, really close. Some guy named Bird on Discord. You were right there.
Bird Reynolds.
Bird Reynolds. Yeah.
yes, shout out
Your
Bird.
boy,
Ethan Sproat is my old professor from, well, yeah.
saw him on the trail. Chad Zollinger Moore.
Chad Zollinger Moore,
His
who
name's
is
not
my
Chad.
boy. He's
Caleb.
related to me.
Caleb.
Oh, yeah, Caleb Zollinger Moore, yeah.
They were all,
Chad Zollinger
He's
is
my
you.
name.
they were all on the right trail, and countless others from what we've seen. We're really narrowing it down. I think it's really interesting. Like, it is pretty credible. That trail had been walked and searched pretty hard before it was found. So
Right.
if you search for one day, a couple hours, you don't find it, you shouldn't walk away from it. If you feel like you have a good solve, you got to see it through. The guys, this nice couple who found it, the 4 times they were on that trail.
Yeah.
They were on the Beatles solve from day one, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to them. It was fun. It was fun going up there and seeing so many people that were close.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sorry to them that they
I
didn't.
apologize
Find
to you guys. I wasn't that sad because I never went on a trail with you guys, but I know you guys were.
Yeah, if
it
you had
was
been-
pretty rough for you.
it. We
guys,
Christian
I know.
and I want you to know, we were high fiving each other on the trail.
I want to give a huge shout out, obviously, to
A shit out,
I don't know, man.
a shit out.
I'm not. I'm
That's
not.
what Cash Me
Aubrey.
Outside
Okay.
first.
A huge shout out, John and Dave. Best poem we've had.
It
is
was
my
great.
opinion.
It was amazing. It was so fun, and just hearing the solve. I think Dave's gonna come out with a
Yeah.
full explainer video. But yeah, it's like
No.
I
notes.
liked last year's. I don't know why last year's gets so much hate, but I liked that one. I liked this one just as much, but that one was in Spanish, and I liked that aspect of it.
for sure. I just thought this was more fun.
I thought last
I think
year's,
Beatles are more fun.
If
than
I'm being totally
Cortez.
honest with you, I think last year for me.
Actually, I like history more.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So Beatles is history, a-hole. So sorry they didn't
Overrated.
like completely kill civilization. Maybe you would have enjoyed them more if they did.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
So I last year was great. If I'm being completely objective, B+ last year. A or A plus this year. I think like every single part of that poem, number one, I think it was technically solvable without hints, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and,
true.
And the hints were good, and the theme was awesome, and they wanted the poem to last a month, and it lasted basically a month. You know how hard that is to do?
That's good.
Yeah, and they did it kind of quickly, they pulled it off relatively quickly. Like they had a lot going on, so it's actually very impressive that it was this well organized, and I mean, I guess they've had a ton of experience doing it, but
Yeah.
The next thing we need to do is I offer $25 to someone who could leave a review or comment roasting Christian.
It was fun.
We actually didn't get any reviews from that, but which was the point of it. That's fine though. We got some good roast of Christian. There were a lot of good ones.
We got some negative. We got a negative review.
We did get a negative review.
You could count that as a roast because they roasted me in the negative review.
They did roast you. They said, "Stop bullying Chad."
They said that we're coming off as RMs, but not in the good way. Which I want to know what the bad way is.
And then she said that comment said that your personality needs to be more neutral and centered.
Yeah.
Like you just need to change your personality.
Yeah.
So
note taken. We will become more neutral.
Well, no, I think it's you. I think she was talking to you.
Okay.
I'm pretty centered. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, I'll work on that.
I'm just kidding.
I'll become more of the RM in the right way that you want me to be the RM.
Yeah, and we're kind of flipping the script a little bit, and I'm going to continue bullying Christian. I've picked a winner.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know if it was a comment on the 3rd episode of our YouTube.
Yeah.
On our YouTube channel. It was the Wolf 369.
Okay.
All right. His name is Roberto Nunez Lopez. So if you are listening to this, reach out to me. If anybody knows him, reach out to me so I can Venmo you $25. But it says, if Christian ever had a treasure map, he'd probably misplace it while wiping barbecue sauce off his face during a deep philosophical moment about Gatorade flavors. Listening to his theories on Cash Me Outside feels like wandering into a tunnel wearing sunglasses without a flashlight, fueled only by unearned swagger. His problem-solving strategy, a gut feeling, a rerun of SpongeBob, and whatever dream sequence he conjured after downing a plate of wiener tacos.
I didn't see that one. That is pretty good.
Wiener tacos. Oh. So, yes, that one wins. Great job, the Wolf 369, Roberto.
A plus on that. I have no notes on that. You nailed it. Oh,
that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What a fun bowling contest we put together. That was really good. And that you paid people to do that. That was really cool.
I'm going to keep that going.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that
going.
Let's make that a
recurring thing. I love it. Everyone's like, Christian, stop bullying Chad. And Chad literally runs organized contests behind my back to get people to cyberbully me. And he's just like, yeah, that's Chad being Chad.
I straight up didn't tell either of them that I was going to do that.
I don't care. I can take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to... Sorry, no parody song this year. I'm really sorry. I'm not feeling well.
No, we're gonna do the parody song. We're gonna push it to the end of the Bank of Utah. Where's the wallet? Treasure hunt, or what do they call it?
Yeah,
a cash quest.
Yeah.
Cash quest.
Yeah.
Where's the wallet? Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead and talk about that because it's super exciting.
So for those that don't know, this is essentially it's basically like the Utah treasure hunt, which is why we're covering. It's very similar. It's here in Utah. $20,000. $10,000 gets donated to the charity of your choice, and you keep the other $10,000. I didn't participate in the last year's. I think this is the 3rd year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But from what I remember of last year's, this seems like a much more, not as intense as the Utah treasure hunt, or like not as intense of a hike. Like it wasn't a big hour-long hike.
No, it wasn't. No. So
it feels a lot more kid-friendly, even though the Utah treasure hunt is pretty kid-friendly.
Yeah.
This one feels a little bit more so that way.
Do you think I first time I participated in it was last year. I had a blast.
It was really fun.
I thought it was really fun. I thought the clues were really, really good. I think it's fair to say it was a little bit easier than the Utah treasure hunt as far as like finding connections. It comes out in segments. So it's basically almost like, you almost think of it like 6 verses or stanzas of a poem or something like that.
Right.
And they come out once a week. They release it.
So instead of clues, they release the next piece of the poem.
Yeah, and the poem, well, at least what it did last year, it narrowed it down. So it started off by kind of establishing almost like a county or then a city,
Mhm.
and then it kind of led you on this like journey from one point to one point to one point. That if you connected everything, got you to the end point. So it was a really kind of a fun journey that you got to go through and week. And I kind of like that it didn't release everything up front because it also helped to pace yourself. Sometimes with the Utah Treasure Hunt, if you don't do it right, you can just get so burnt out. But here, when they kind of release segment by segment by segment, I think that made it a little more digestible. And I had a blast with it. I think people will as well this year. We hope you do it along with us. We're excited to keep
We're excited because it started this week, and we're gonna record a series of episodes following that. So we're excited.
So just so everyone doesn't get confused, on Spotify or on YouTube, you'll see we'll have different series for each of these. The Utah Treasure Hunt is ending with this last episode. It has its own album cover, and then we're going to start a new series with its own album cover for the Bank of Utah Where's the Wallet quest. So it should be very obvious. Just know that it's still the same podcast, just a different series within the podcast.
There's going to be like 3 people that are so confused who didn't know that the Utah Treasure Hunt was found, and they keep listening to our podcast. They're like, what is this new information? What? It became a wallet?
Yeah.
I got to donate $10K to charity? Just joking. No, hopefully people understand the distinction, and hopefully people won't get too sick of us, and we'll be okay with listening to another series on another hunt.
Yeah.
The fun never stops.
Yeah. And then some last housekeeping items are bets. I think Chad is safe.
I think I made a pretty smart bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, hindsight. That's great.
Yeah.
So Caden is officially lost his bet.
It's unfortunate.
It's the best one.
It's unfortunate. I know. We ran into some folks on the trail, and they commented how excited they were for Grabzo. So Grabzo is coming to a parade near you. Probably this Saturday.
Yeah, and if you live in Alpine, it will be very near you. Caden is showing a lot of guts to not only go into a parade as Grabzo the Clown, but going to a parade back in his hometown as Grabzo the Clown. So we are very excited. We will be there. We will be taking pictures. If you're there, keep an eye out for Grabzo. See if you can grab one of those flyers so you can participate in his clown workshop. It's going to be a blast. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to source a clown costume. So if anyone has any connections to a clown costume, let me know.
Will you let me do your makeup?
Sure.
Okay, that would be my bet.
Wait, he does one half, I do the other.
Sure.
And we don't know what the other half looks like.
What? No.
Why?
I don't know. Just different
This is gonna look
interpretations.
terrifying.
So yeah, that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. And then Christian also lost his bet, but he does not have a
lose
punishment
my
yet.
bet.
Yes, he did.
It's not official. Okay, here's the deal. My bet, we can go back and look at it, is that it didn't have anything to do with a specific lyric from Dark Side of the Moon. I'm going to keep the door open. When Dave comes out with his Saul video, if he talks about a specific lyric...
He did. He said, in that Saul video, he said, the dark side of Moon Rock.
Which could be very much just referring to the album cover, not a specific lyric.
What are you
or the
talking
album.
about?
Dark Side of the Moon, the album.
Okay,
There is a lyric
Where it says there is no
moon.
dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the same as going to the other side of the moonstone
You
rock.
said any lyric
Are you okay
whatsoever.
with me
Get
being
out of
referee?
here.
No. Okay.
Because I don't have I have no knowledge of the lyrics. Okay, what is the exact lyric? Tell me the exact lyric.
Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, he says dark side. They say
It's
dark.
not just the title of the album.
Yes,
in a
there
song,
in
it says
Eclipse
Dark
there
Side of
is
the
the
Moon.
phrase.
I think
dark
doesn't
side
he
of the
say
moon.
doesn't he say there is no dark side of the moon?
Probably.
There is no dark side of the moon. Okay, and then
So here's the deal.
and then the
If Dave comes out with his solve and he specifically references lyric, this lyric from the song,
He said
I want to hear the
he
L word.
pointed to Moon Rock as being. That's why it was.
well, Moon Rock isn't the
listen.
lyric. It's
No, I know, but he said in there. He said if you watch his video on the trail with Hunter, he said Moon Rock. You could say that the dark side is the side closest to the trail because of the shadows and everything. And so then the offshoot trail goes right from Moon Rock, the dark side of the Moon Rock.
Which is the name of the album, not the specific
Get
lyrics.
out of here. It is a specific lyric.
Yeah.
You are so full
it's
of
a
crap.
segment in the lyrics.
Listen,
No.
unless Dave and John's
No.
Solve video definitively clarifies that it is not a lyric, I think you lost the bet. And I'm being very unbiased.
You don't even have a punishment. You can choose an easy punishment.
Okay, I have to
ride a unicycle in a clown costume.
I've got some good ones here. I pulled up a Reddit thread, which is a good place to go to get punishments. Do you have any first off the top of your head?
What if I have to drink 4 to 5 of these a day? Just like stay so hydrated.
Ooh, man, that would be awesome.
Here's the first one. I'm pretty excited about it. Loser feeds winner's dinner by hand.
Done. Win-win. We're doing sloppy joes. No bread.
Loser has to go to a house at 6 a.m. on a Saturday, ring the doorbell until there's an answer, and pretend to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, I can't.
That would be we should just say he has to wake up at 6 a.m. That would be punishment enough.
Seriously.
When I was 19, a guy had to run twice around our house naked, screaming penis at the top of his lungs for losing a game of darts.
Done. Easy.
I mean, that's a normal Wednesday for Christian.
You do not know how small my house is and how big.
Christian said something stupid here.
That is not the joke. That is not the thing you think it is.
All right. Well, do you like any of those?
I'll cook you guys a nice meal. And I'll feed it to you.
You'll feed us a meal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
That's
Super weird.
fine.
It's kind of a
Sure.
punishment for
Gosh.
But we have to make eye contact as I feed you. Every bite.
I hate that we are doing this after.
Well,
the fact,
if we had done our job and come up, that's on you guys.
Should we, from now on, enact the punishments of the previous years at the beginning of the next year's season so that the first episodes are funner?
Maybe, but with parades, we don't have that luxury.
All right. I mean, I'm sure there's something.
No, parades are in a tight schedule.
Yeah, so stay tuned. It was a great conversation we had with Hunter and Corinne. They're awesome. And so if you're curious about tips for...
His name's Hunter, and he found the treasure.
I know.
I thought of that.
We're the hunters. He's the finder.
Do you think if his name was Gatherer, he would have found it?
Yeah.
Seems like a good joke to end the season on. I'm happy with that.
No, but it was cool. It was a great convo with them. So stay tuned for that. Anything else we want to share before we cut to that interview?
After this episode's over, if you want to keep the party going, listen to the next episode, which will be the Bank of Utah treasure hunt.
Yeah. So we're excited for that. No rest for treasure hunters, so we're excited.
Sorry, it's not called Bank of Utah. The Where's the Wallet Cash Quest.
Well,
Is
right.
that the official title?
Yeah.
Still a treasure hunt.
We'll
and
figure it
still...
out. By the time we start the episode, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Well, enjoy our interview, and we'll catch you on the next one outside. Welcome back to Cash Me Outside. I'm Caden, joined by Christian and Chad, and two very special guests, the winners of the 2025 Poem Hunt, Hunter and Corinne. Thank you guys for coming. We've got Corinne, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, we're so excited to chat with you guys. I know there's a lot of listeners and just people around the treasure hunt that are curious about the process of finding it and what happens after the chest is found. So we appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us here.
Yeah.
We know, too, that you're just about to move and kind of in that transitionary state. So making time for us means a lot. We'll make it quick, but we do want to ask some questions and kind of get to know you guys a little bit more. Tell us a little bit about where you're at right now. You're going to school in just a couple days, is that right?
Yeah, so in 2 days, we're packing up our car. We're moving across the country. Corinne's going to start a grad school program and, yeah, kind of a new life. So
awesome.
It's a perfect timing to find a little bit of help for that. So
that's awesome. Congrats.
That's really cool. What program?
It's a rhetoric and composition program, so English. Master's in English.
Goodness.
Cool. Good for you.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we kind of want to talk about your experience with the hunt, maybe past hunts. I know you've mentioned you've done this before. How long have you been doing the hunts, and what kind of got you into it?
yeah, so I started doing them in 2021 with my brother, actually. I don't even remember how we found it. We just kind of stumbled upon it one time and got really into it. Ever since I was like a little kid, I loved reading about like treasure hunts and stuff. So like I was reading about like the Dutchman's treasure and stuff, whatever. I think it's in Arizona.
Yeah.
And like all these shipwrecks off like the coast of Florida. And I was like, man, that's so cool. Like maybe one day. So I've always been on like, I love treasure hunts and stuff. So when I saw that pop up back in 2021, I was like all for it. But I was so bad at it. Like every single year, once it started, QR hunts, all of it, like I would try and like put together solves. They made no sense, but I don't know. You keep trying. I guess you get a hang of it. And this year it worked out.
That's awesome.
You definitely have the background for it. I do not have the background or the foreground or anything for treasure hunting. I'm just here to talk. I don't even know what's going on.
Chad, the treasure was found.
Yeah.
By the way.
What? I mean, I hadn't even read the poem yet.
So as you were going through this process and kind of deciphering the poem, was there a moment where you felt like you had like an aha moment where some things like really clicked into place? You're like, oh my goodness, like I'm onto something. What point was that at?
Yeah. So truthfully, it was kind of really early on in the process. So right when they said like the puzzle was music themed, I started like digging into it more with just like purely looking at it music mindset. And I was like, okay, every year the first couple lines will point you to the trailhead. That's pretty much the same thing every year. So I was like, the first couple lines gonna get us the trailhead, and it's got to be music themed in my head. That's what it was. So I was trying to, I had no idea about the first line. I was like, I don't know about that, but I was like, maybe it's just like fabled words resound. Maybe it's just music as a whole, kind of like little bit of a throwaway line, but just tell you music. Wasn't sure. I was like, okay, I can work with that second line. So I was like, stairways. I was like, are there songs that have stairs in it? You know, I got to Stairway to Heaven, whatever, and I was like, that's it's not working for me. I was like, album covers maybe that have stairs on it. I like started Googling it, couldn't really find anything that I felt was super promising. But literally like maybe a month or a month and a half ago, I bought the Beatles album. Like I have a record collection.
Okay.
I bought the album and I was like, wait a second, like that Beatles cover, I was like, is that a staircase? Like I just knew that they were standing by like a glass banister.
Wow.
I was like, is that a staircase or is it just like a railing? I don't know. I look it up and it was like, it's a staircase. I was like,
So you got to the Beatles. Oh, sorry.
No,
you continue. I was going to say you got to the Beatles a different way.
Yeah.
But that was the standing stairs connection was to the Beatles and then Quarrymen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, we got. I think us and some other people we've heard we got to Beatles and we got to Quarrymen, but a little bit of a different way. But I think that's so cool that you
That's
actually
awesome,
bought the record.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking about an aha moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only way that could have been more of an aha moment if the record was for aha.
Nice.
Well,
Wait, is that a band?
yeah,
Okay.
Take on me. No, but the picture is pretty cool to even know that there's a stairwell because it's not like the most.
Yeah, it looks pretty flat.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to look it up because I was like, I think it, like, I don't know if it's a stairs. And once I saw the stairs, I was like, okay, like, I think this works.
awesome.
Like, staircase, Kings. I was like, okay, the Beatles are like one of the greatest bands, arguably. So it's like Kings were crowned. So yeah, I started going down that route and got me to the
That is
Quarrymen
awesome.
and stuff,
Yeah,
so.
that is so cool.
At what point did you think your husband was crazy?
I don't know that I ever really thought he was crazy. I actually thought the Beatles was like from the beginning when he started telling me about his solve. I was like, yeah, it makes sense to me, which is the first time that's ever happened. Because we've been married for a little over 2 years, but dating for 3 and some. And the first year when we were dating, it was like the QR hunt, and I'd go along with him. And then at some point, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. But that didn't happen this year.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. That's usually us at the QR codes hunt as well. There's at some point we're like, oh, we've lost the train here. But I think that's a great like test. It actually made sense. So you knew you were onto something. That's awesome. That's so cool.
That's great. So one of the questions that we had, because Christian and I went up Friday and Saturday. No, Thursday and Friday. And
2 of the days.
2 of the days. But I'm curious because it wasn't buried, but how much, and we knew that some of it was visible, but how much of the chest was visible? What was the experience like of finding it and seeing it? Because you were separated at the point that you found it, right? So kind of walk us through that and what that experience was like.
Yeah, so I was like standing, there's like a little camp looking spot, and then the rocks were just like a little bit up above it. So I was standing down there and I was like, maybe it's those ones. So I like walk up, and I'm like standing behind the stones that kind of like came together in a little bit of a V, and I like ducked my head into it, and I could see like the top half of the chest. So like the top was curved. I could see the whole curve of it sticking out of the ground, and then it was like surrounded by like these sticks and stuff to try to like camouflage it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, and it was like primal instinct kicked in or something. I'm like starting to like thrash at it, like trying to like, because it was like wedged in there between the dirt and the rock with the top part out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pull the dirt away from it to get it out. And I start pulling on the side, and from that direction there was like a little rock on this other side of it. So like I pulled on it and it got stuck, and that's when I like ripped the top off. So
really?
sorry to that guy who made that for the hunt.
I mean, if
I
you did a better job with it, maybe you wouldn't have that problem. So
He's like one of the sponsors.
I'm just shoddy workmanship, man. I don't want to tell you. No, I'm just joking. Sorry.
That's the camera.
I don't know
you're
why I'm looking at this one.
don't-
No, that guy specifically is on that camera, but that's pretty cool. I think that like the adrenaline of just rushing through and just like ripping that thing.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
pretty
I
cool.
played that moment in my head through so many times. Like, what am I going to do? Am I just going to yell? Am I going to be silent? Am I going to... But obviously it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Were there other people nearby you at the time?
There was one other lady that I could see who was really close. So I like think about that lady sometimes. I'm like, oh, you were so close.
That's so sad.
But like that, I think that's why I was like so frantically like grabbing it, because I was like, it's still fair game. Like,
Were you
if this
making?
lady,
If
if this lady comes up, like I'm not gonna like if she gets
she
it out
can
first,
get it out.
that's hers.
No. Let's play this scenario. Okay. So you're digging it. You found it. This lady comes up behind you.
just tackles
like,
you.
Well, you could get it from either side. I was like, this lady's gonna pop up on the other side.
Come on the other side and just grab it. It was more accessible from the other side.
It was. I couldn't get it out because the rocks. So like, I don't have that good of a vertical jump, but like I leaped over those rocks. It was
so
maybe the
funny.
most athletic moment of my life.
Yeah.
But I like jump over the rocks to get it out.
Did
from
she
the other
notice?
side.
Did she notice you were?
I don't know for sure, but I assume she did because she started walking away. I was also probably like just heavy breathing, so she could probably hear that.
How close did she get to you?
She was probably like 20 or 30 feet away. She was down in the campsite, so I was just up above and she was right there. So.
That sucks for her.
Oh man.
Christian was like 15 miles away, and he was depressed for like 3 days.
15 miles. Okay.
Well, how far?
We were on
Dude,
top of it.
We were on top of it.
No, I'm just saying. At the time,
No, that's true. At the time,
That's true. At the
for
time it
sure.
was found,
Yeah,
we were all very
I was
depressed.
at
45
soccer
miles.
practice in Vineyard for my daughter.
That's it.
No, that is so cool, and that is amazing. When you opened it up, money inside?
There was some of the cash. It was just like
They put half of it in.
no, it was like $1,000 a cash.
Oh,
we actually
really?
talked to them about it. They're like, yeah, we think about putting more in there, but like there's
just
always this
risky.
risk of like, yeah, what if a mouse gets in there and just like eats up all the money? So like we put a little bit in there.
Or takes in
And then-
goes to the mall or something.
Seriously.
Yeah. So,
Little mouse mall.
Buys a little motorcycle.
Ralph.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
but yeah, it just had like a little bit of like just scattered in there in tens, just a bunch of tens
Oh, a
in
bunch
there.
of tens.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
And then some like little fake gold coins that Dave minted.
Really?
Oh,
they
really?
actually have one in my
Like
pocket.
actual
Oh,
gold?
yeah, let's
No,
see
no,
this.
they're not real gold.
Okay,
but
I was like,
I wasn't sure at the time. I was like, I've never touched gold, so I
Yeah,
don't know how to tell. But it's
Ooh, that's
He-
cool.
he-
pocket here,
smelted
man. It's just
something?
Like,
Whoa.
Yeah, like just got it designed and
That's
minted
awesome.
and
That's
stuff.
that is
awesome.
so cool.
A couple of those were in there, and then just like a phone note, like their little paper that was like, "Hey, congratulations! Like, call us to get the rest." And I was like, okay, and I just started shoving as much whatever and I could into my pockets and like calling them right away because I was like, I need to make sure that
You're
this
the first
is-
one to call.
Yeah, so I like call them up. They didn't
Did they answer right away?
No.
Okay.
Went to voicemail and I was like, oh no, like what do I even do? And then so I hang up and then I called Corinne and I was like, hey, I found it.
Were you on a different part of the trail?
Yeah, so he had gone the side trail kind of broke off into different branches.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, there's a lady," but there was actually like 3 other groups in the side trail. So
Okay.
I was also frantically looking
Yeah.
cuz I was worried. But yeah, so I was just off doing my own thing trying to find it and then he called me.
So how long did it take for them to call you back and to show up with the rest of the cash? Were you?
Everything is a blur after the phone
Literally
call.
The last like day and a half feels like an entire week. Like
I'm sure,
it feels like so much time has gone by. But like we got off the trail and we were standing next to that big rock, Moon Rock. Now
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, but Moon Rock. And I think I sent them a text too, and like sent a picture of us with the chest and stuff just to make sure that they knew.
Yeah.
And then we decided to just hike down to the parking lot and like we'll just stay by the car.
Yeah.
And I think we were probably it was probably like a half hour, and then we got a phone call back, and they're like, "Hey." I felt bad. Dave was actually getting ready to go with his family to go camping.
Yeah.
And he's like,
really?
we'll be there in a minute. So we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll wait around.
Yeah.
I think
Awesome.
we went and got gas, I think. I was
Nice.
like, do you think they take gold coins?
That's
Because
fair.
I don't know if it's real.
Did you get like premium or something?
No, I just went for I went for that standard. Yeah,
That's
awesome.
That's hilarious.
Were,
That's funny.
were there other people?
Yeah, were the
when they
other
saw you the
people
chest?
depressed? Because other people saw you.
I felt so bad.
Yeah.
We made 2 kids cry.
Oh,
really?
I felt really.
you should have given
really
them
terrible.
$10.
I was like,
Honestly, upon reflection, we're like, we should have given them a coin or something. But
at the moment we thought it was like, I was like, this could be a
Yeah,
gold
no.
coin.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
No,
yeah.
you let them take a picture
Right,
with it
yeah.
and you get them heck
Yeah,
out of there.
that
You charge
There's
them
like
for pictures.
$1,000 and 10 gold coins. You're like, those are probably like $2,000 each.
Yeah, that's probably the remainder of the treasure.
That's genuine. Yeah, that's genuinely what I was thinking. I was like, oh,
Were you
shit.
ever like concerned with security at all? Was anything like that? People were nice, kept their distance. a
I
little
would
bit?
be nervous. I would have been nervous.
Yeah.
I think
I would have
the
been like,
Yeah, the
There's some crazies.
first second when I got it out, I was a little bit. That's why I was like jamming everything into my pockets. I had little zippers, so I was like zipping it shut and
Nice,
stuff.
Nice.
But literally when we got down to the rock, like everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, like congratulations, where
Yeah.
was it?" And they're like, "Can we take pictures with the chest?" Everyone was like so nice.
yeah.
That's cool.
And we met like 2 or 3 other groups on our way down, and they're like, "Well, can we just walk with you and like talk about the solve and stuff?" So
Yeah.
everyone was super nice, and
I love that.
That's
yeah,
so
it was
cool.
great.
Yeah. Are we, I don't know if the question's in there, but are we going to go through the rest of their solve?
I don't think we're
At
going
all?
to break it down because
No? Okay.
I mean, Dave is going to come out with like the official video soon. And I mean, we can talk if we want to talk about some specifics, but I think it's one thing I do want to mention. I think in some past years, there's always some people who have angry grapes. Is that the right expression?
Sour grapes?
No, angry
There are
grapes.
some people who have angry grapes.
Yeah. They come into possession of some angry grapes. No, I think that people get a little frustrated and they look for faults in people who found it. And like with
Happens
you,
every year.
yeah, with you all, it's like not that. I think everyone who saw your video and everyone who saw your solve, everyone's like,
Oh,
yeah,
they deserve it.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, they seem really cool.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, people shouldn't make judgments about past winners at all, but just knowing your story, knowing your situation, knowing that you've been on that trail 4 times, that you're going at this with as a couple just before you're about to go to a grad school. I think everyone just felt really happy for you, us included. We're just thrilled that you guys got to experience this, and very well deserved.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, truly, like that was. I'm like super grateful to the community and stuff. I feel like everyone is really tight knit and really nice about it. Because I was so nervous. I was like, if my solve isn't right, like people are just gonna tear me to shreds. And I was like, what if the whole Beatles thing is completely wrong and like from line number 1 I'm off? And I was just
Yeah.
so nervous.
Well, and
about it, but
I think that's kind of one of the reasons I don't necessarily feel like we need to go into the solve.
Right. Yeah. No,
Because
that's fine.
I think like, yeah, you're right. Like some things may be off. Like even when you were having that like, back and forth with Dave, like, oh, he meant this, but it doesn't matter. Like you got to the right trail, you interpreted the vast majority of the things the right way, and you had the fortitude to keep going back and see it through. So I think that's the most important thing.
I have an important question. Before you went to go get the chest, did you go on Reddit and say, "Guys, I found it. I'm going to go get it right now"?
You see people do that.
It's so annoying.
I'm a notorious Reddit lurker. So like I would look, I looked all the time, but I said nothing. But like the whole time, like I never saw anyone with anything similar to my theories, and I was like, does that mean I'm completely wrong? Like I mean,
we
was,
weren't
like, second guessing.
We weren't
like,
close
crazy.
until 2 days before. That's when you
Yeah.
started talking about the
Yeah.
Beatles and Coryman.
Well, it's funny. We interviewed Dave and John 3 years ago. The first time we interviewed them, we hit them rapid fire questions, and one of the questions we asked them, "What was your favorite band?" and Dave said the Beatles. And while we're going through this music theme, I had a thought of that interview, and then I started seeing it through that gaze. But
I was thinking about that too. I don't know if you remember, like a couple of years ago, people like started cluing on to like Dave had a personal website that like had his like favorites and stuff on there. So I was like, does that
they
still
downloaded like
exist?
a whole list of all of his favorite movies. Yeah, I remember
like,
that.
People were really deep diving into it. And I was like, I wonder if that still exists, because I was like, yeah, maybe it's one of his favorite bands. Couldn't find it, so I was like, whatever. But
well,
give him some personal space.
I think one of the most important things we want to mention is that we know that you listened to our interview with Dave and John. So we are going to then say you're official listeners of the podcast, which means for every single year, 4 straight years,
5 straight now,
5 straight,
right?
I don't know how long we've been doing this.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
blur.
Who cares?
People who found it have listened to our podcast. So correlation,
Take that.
causation.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Is it the reason?
I'll
I'll
put
edit
it-
another part of you being like, yes.
It's one of the reasons for sure.
That's great. Well, we will take that. Thank you.
Are you going to do... Sorry, I just keep asking my own
Yeah,
questions.
no, go for
No,
it.
not
I don't care if you didn't write it down.
They've been great.
I forgot it. Wait, no. Are you going to do the treasure hunt next year from afar?
Ooh,
You need someone walking around, but...
Yeah, I do still have siblings in Utah.
Okay.
I might take a look at it, but truthfully, like, I feel like it's so hard to do if you're not actively on the trails.
Yeah.
Like, I had ideas and stuff, but once we got on the trail, that's when things got solidified, and I was like, this 100%
Arrow,
is the trail.
plank,
Yeah.
Pharaoh, all those
Yeah.
things large
Did you,
start lining up.
before you ended up on that trail, did you go out on other trails, or was this the only trail that you actually went to physically?
We did one other trail.
Okay.
So, but it was always tied to the temple quarry.
Mm-hmm.
So like right when I made my first solve, it was Quarrymen, which got me to the temple quarry. The one that kind of threw me through a rut at the beginning was the only outshone by the jewels unyielding gleam thing. And I was like, okay, like what does a jewel outshine, and like maybe jewelry. I was like, gold maybe. So I was like looking at old gold mining stakes along the like little cottonwood area. So like I was just a little bit south in like I think it's Little Willow Creek area or something like that.
Okay.
So that was our first hike that we did, and it was not good. Like we were like nothing's lining up. We were like, maybe because I knew like the temple quarry was going to be part of my solve, I was like, let's just go up there and check it out. And we saw the plaque and stuff, and it said Quarrymen on it, and we're like, okay, like this is definitely something. And then we went home, and then that night I was like doing more research, and then I saw like, oh, Little Cottonwood is sometimes the jewel of the Wasatch, and that trail comes out of the same parking lot. So I was like, okay, outshining the temple quarry, and like after that one, we were just hitting that trail. I think we went the very next day, like the next morning, and we just kept doing that.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Cool.
Well, I know you're going to school. Money's probably going to go towards a lot of things that are responsible. Tell me something irresponsible you're going to buy with the money. Come on.
All of our siblings own like PCs and stuff, and we were talking about ways to make sure that we stay in contact with them, because nobody likes a phone call these days, like especially my younger siblings. So we'd been talking about getting ourselves computers so we could like still message back and forth with them. My little sister loves Stardew. I don't know if you have ever heard of it.
Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
I'm the resident gamer in the group.
Yeah. Anyway, so like a lot of my family plays stuff and like has servers on Minecraft and Terraria and all of these games. So I think it'd be fun to do something along those lines.
Yeah, it'd be really fun.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Same thing.
Yeah, we were both gonna
Right.
Yeah, we'll game together and stuff, and yeah, truthfully, we were like, okay, we need to make like some sort of a budget and stuff, because we're like, we got to be responsible with it. We want to get a couple fun things. We're also talking like, because we're leaving, we want to like give back in some way. So we're like looking at like different conservation charities for Utah, like nature, because it's just such an incredible place. We're like, there's ones for helping save the Salt Lake and maintaining public lands and stuff. So we're like, okay, we can do a little bit to give back to that. Hopefully other people can enjoy the area as much as we did. So yeah.
Having that instinct to, I mean, let's be serious. You guys are going to college broke, probably. Let's be serious, right? to have, I shouldn't make that judgment. That's probably really rude. Your clothes are really nice. You smell good.
You smell good.
Your teeth seem to be in fine working order. No, but to like have an instinct of like wanting to give back in your situation, I think that's just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really
I would buy a $25,000 computer.
To finish off here, do you guys have any tips for other treasure hunters? They want to hear from the best. So what would you say to other people looking for treasure?
I don't know. Truthfully, like it's so hard because I'm like, I've had that question asked already, and I'm like, I have no idea because like I did it for so many years and I failed so badly. Like I've never ever been close, and like it just somehow clicked this year, where it's like, I don't know. I think like the main thing that helped me was like remembering that those first couple lines are going to get you to the trail, and that, you know, without solving those first couple, like nothing else will match up. So I focused really hard on those first like 3-ish lines first, and then we got on the trails, saw that things started matching up. And then the second one is like there definitely was a moment where I was feeling really discouraged with the trail, and I was probably going to give up on that one and start looking at other things. But Corinne was just like, hey, like, you know, don't get discouraged with it. Like there are certain lines that really match up with the poem. So like, let's just keep giving it a shot and keep going. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's really easy to ditch something and start looking at a new possibility. But, you know, sometimes it's good to really just nail it. Even though like you're worried about confirmation bias and stuff, like sometimes a little bit of confirmation bias is good, you know, just keep going at it.
Totally.
That's awesome. Well, we really appreciate you guys spending the time to come out here and chat with us. Anything else, any parting thoughts, things you want to share with the treasure hunting community or Utah in general as you're leaving in a couple days?
Well, definitely, I just want to say a big thank you again to Dave and John for putting it together. It's so much fun every single year, even when I lose and don't do anything. You know, this year is especially nice for us, for sure. But I don't know. Like they put in so much effort to put it all together. It's so much fun. It's incredible to get an excuse to go out into the mountains and hike on trails, especially for us. Like, again, it was something that we wanted to do before we left Utah, was just really enjoy the nature. It's one of our favorite things to do. So it was just nice to be out there enjoying it, seeing new trails and spots that we hadn't been on before. So again, thank you to them, and thanks to the community for just being so nice and supportive with it all. And yeah, it's just a blast to be part of it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Any last questions?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Congrats.
Congratulations. We're thrilled for you guys.
Yeah.
Good luck with your life, and we'll catch you on the next one outside.